But all of this talk of Harleys is somewhat moot from this day forward, or from Monday forward, because earlier this week, I went and rode for the first time ever, mate, a Diavel, well, specifically the XDiavel from Ducati.
Okay. Yeah.
And
sounds like you're going to say you loved it.
Well, I mean, for context and as to why I went and rode that particular bike right now, I'm going on I think I mentioned in the last episode, we're going to Dubai soon to ride the Diavel V4. And because I've never ridden any Diavels at all, I thought I've got to do a bit of research here and understand what the V-twin powered bike feels like so that I can speak a little bit about whether it's improved. And so I went up to Superbike Factory because they've got loads of them in stock. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about working with them. They've got loads of everything, so you can get all different generations. I've just got to schedule it in and then I can go and borrow interesting bikes, not just the new stuff. I don't know, mate. It's just recalibrated my expectations of what a cruiser style bike. I know that the Diavel is a little bit more mid pegs, but the XDiavel's feet forward. Yeah, mate, it is mind blowing.
So I haven't ridden one, but I know a lot around them because it is a bike that's grabbed my attention in the past where I've looked up videos and read stuff on them. And some of the things that people say, it's a different class really. It's you've got your sort of traditional cruisers. And then within that you've got a scale of bigger cruisers and smaller cruisers, but they follow a similar format. Yeah. And then you've got kind of real oddball additions to that. And I'd say like the Yamaha, it's the VMAX, isn't it, that Yamaha do? Yeah. It's technically it's a cruiser, but it's not really a cruiser. And then you've got like the Triumph Rocket where you go, it's kind of a cruiser, but it's not a cruiser. And then same with the Diavel from Ducati. It's like it has its own category almost. It gets lumped together with them, but it isn't the same as them. And I've been told that particularly that the handling on it is just nothing like any other cruiser out there.
Yeah, I think my previous expectations of what a power or performance cruiser could be from the Rocket, which I've ridden extensively in its sort of R and GT forms. Yes. And obviously it makes more torque than any production bike on the market. It's the biggest production engine. It's kind of weird because it's that big inline triple. So it feels like a big speed triple or street triple, but it's still massive. I mean, they shed from the previous gen, they shed 50 kilos or something crazy, or 30 kilos, something like that. So they were making a big song and dance about how the Rocket is slimmed down. And it is a phenomenally capable bike in terms of handling and stuff compared to what you're looking at. When you get on it, it moves a lot better than you'd expect. Yes. But I mean, the Diavel is just kind of like normal bike weight, It's like 220 kilograms or something. That might be dry, but it's like it's the difference of having like a passenger basically on the back or not for the the Rocket versus the Diavel. It doesn't make as much torque, the Diavel, but it makes similar power. And so the way it responds and the way it handles is just on another level. Now, I've not ridden a VMAX, mate, but I don't think you can get them here anymore.
I don't think they float in and out of production, I think, in the UK, in Europe.
I don't think they've been in for a while, but you can still see them sometimes on the Yamaha US website, where cruisers are more popular, I suppose, over in the US. So,
true.
But
I'm sure I've seen them in the last few years on like Yamaha, like Motorcycle Live and stuff. I know it might have been like 5 years ago, but I'm definitely sure I walked past one, unless they were doing like a throwback. This is what we used to make, or this is what you could get if you were elsewhere in the country.
Potentially. I don't know if you can still get them now, but what people do say about that bike is it's like super tunable, I think, as well. So I've seen a few comments where they're like, the VMAX would kill any of these bikes if you tuned it properly or whatever. But, from what you can buy at the moment, from what is available on the market, the XDiavel is phenomenal. The V-twin normal Diavel's gone because they're replacing it with the V4. So I just can't wait to ride that bike. I think it's going to be incredible.
So my question would be, is it close, like, in any way close to any other bike that you've ridden? What would you compare it to? Because obviously you mentioned the Rocket, but it's nothing like the Rocket.
It's like a big cruiser, isn't it? It's a massive bike. Yes. The XDiavel felt big-ish, but it is literally like the performance of a Super Duke or something, because it's a big V-twin. It makes 160 horsepower, so nearly what a Super Duke makes. You've got similar levels of componentry. It's a bit heavier. It's obviously the geometry means it's a bit more stability biased. It's got that 240 section rear tire, which is massive. So it's not going to be as nimble, but just in terms of like, if you took it to the track, they'd feel night and day different. But if you're just on like country roads where you can only do sort of certain amount of pushing it. Like a lot of the time on the gas, it feels as capable as something like that. And through the corners, it doesn't feel, obviously, like I say, a back-to-back comparison is going to be different, but it feels like that, just transplanted with a cruiser riding position.
Yeah, with like feet forward and stuff.
Yeah, especially on the XDiavel where it is more forward, I think. And yeah, it's just blowing my mind a bit. I just kind of wish I'd ridden one earlier because I don't know practically how much you'd want to ride a bike like that. The riding position isn't necessarily for me. I prefer mid pegs on a cruiser style bike. And even more than mid pegs on a cruiser style bike, I just prefer a naked bike with normal foot pegs or sporty foot pegs. But yeah, it's phenomenal. And it's just really whet my appetite for finding out more. Potentially it's a bit better looking than the new V4 as well, because it's still got the trellis frame and the wheels and stuff and the size of it. Mind blowing, mate. If we ever get a chance to think of a reason for us both to go.
Can the reason not just be that we love it? We're just for a good day. Can this be one of those videos that just doesn't get published?
Could be, or even better, we could do the thing and publish it and get paid for doing it, which is
that's novel. If I ever get the chance, there's a few bikes. So it's similar to, when we took out the Norton, and I was like, if it's one of those bikes that I've always seen it and gone, if someone offers me the keys, I'm going to leap at it. Like, there's some bikes that maybe it's rare. It would be a rare occasion that if someone goes like, do you want to take this out? I'd be like, no, I'm good. But especially if I haven't tried it before. But that is definitely one of them where if the opportunity come up, I would travel to go and, ride that thing to experience just how different it is, because I am curious. I don't even know that I've got much expectation for how it's going to feel, because I don't think it is going to feel like anything else that I've ridden.
Very cool bike.